Okay. So, okay. Any other questions? Because that's why I need to discuss these questions with you, because if I put the answer R is equal to 26 tan 59 times tan 32, I mean, still it doesn't make sense, right? Still. So it's better to discuss it. So that's why I'm not going to put the answers, because the answers are not going to work sometimes.
Can you do 20 as well?
Okay, next one.
On the other sheet, the maths assignment 1, could you do one of the questions on 1?
Which one? Other sheet means sine costan 1?
On?
Sine costan 1?
No, not that one. The other one. The math assignment 1.
Uh-huh.
Could you just do one of the questions in R1?
Yeah. So I need to discuss few questions here, because these are very good questions to discuss, okay? So I wanted to do that today. Question number 1, in the assignment I gave you. So don't write, look at this, because you get the video, you get the note, everything. This is 2 minus square root 3. That's the distance. Hypotenuse is x. The other side would be 2 plus square root 3. You need to find x. Okay, you need to find x. So you need to use the Pythagoras theorem. How do you determine that? Because all three sides are given to you. If all three sides are given to you, Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? If you have a, b, c, Pythagoras theorem is a squared, hypotenuse squared is equal to the square of the other two sides. So we are going to do that. So here hypotenuse is x squared. Other two sides, 2 plus square root 3 squared plus 2 minus square root 3 squared. If you remember, these things we did separately. Remember, when I was giving you the training, the bracket simplification, right? So I had a topic called bracket simplification. Why? Because you don't get questions as it is, but you get questions like this, so that you have to simplify, right? So this we will simplify. So what is 2 plus square root 3 squared? So 2 plus square root 3, 2 plus square root 3, plus 2 minus square root 3, 2 minus square root 3. Then you do term to term, right? 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 2 square root 3, again 2 square root 3, again 3 plus 4, this one, then minus 2 square root 3 with this one, again minus 2 square root 3 and plus 3. Now you can see this is x squared, right? Now you can see 2 square root 3 goes with minus 2 square root 3. Plus 2 square root 3 goes minus 2 square root 3. Then what is left is 4, 3, 4, 3. So 4, 3 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay. So x squared is 14. So x is equal to 14 squared. Again, I will give you that reminder. If you have x squared here, x squared is equal to 14. So what you have to do is, to find x, you put power half in both sides. It's 2 gone. X is equal to 14 half, which means 14 square root. So have these things handy. I taught you this before, right? So have this thing handy. That's a good question. So second and the third and the fifth also you can do. I will do E and F. 1 E and F. This is 1A, right? Any questions from this?
Wait, it says x squared equals to 4 plus 2 square root 3. How did you get that 2? Oh, never mind. It's fine.
That's power half.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, now area of a right angle triangle. We have a right angle triangle like this. Right. Suppose this is X, Y, Z. Area is given by half times, right, width times height. Right. For example, this is 2, 3. Area would be half times 2 times 3. That's 3. Okay. So it's like that. E. Now, this is X here. This is 3 plus square root 3. Area is given as 10 here. Okay. So that means area is 10. This is given. Need to find X. So how do you do that? Area is, you put the equation. What is area of a right angle triangle? Area is equal to half times height, which is X, times the width, which is 3 plus square root 3. So you put a bracket. Bracket is grouping. I told you, right? When two things are together, it's better to put a bracket. Now area is given as 10. So it's going to be 10 is equal to half times X times 3 plus square root 3. From here, need to find it. So how do you do that? Okay, I will explain it to you. Just watch what I'm doing here. Half times X times 3 plus square root 3. Look what I'm doing. Now this is a simple equation solving, right? So you need to isolate X. That's the goal. Isolate X. To do that, you multiply this by 2. You multiply this side by 2. So 2 gone. Then it would be X times 3 plus square root 3, 20. Then you are going to divide this side by 3 plus square root 3. You are going to divide from the whole group. You do the same thing here. Okay. You can see. Then you can cut these two off. See, two groups are cutting each other. So it's going to be X 20 divided by 3 plus square root 3 is equal to X. And that's the answer. There is no magic here. It's just algebra. Right? So it's just algebra. So from here, it's all algebra. Which you know. Okay. So I gave a rigorous training on algebra. Why? Because I knew that you are going to face these kind of situations. So just do it couple of times, okay? Couple of times, please. Then question number F. Question number F. Area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle. So this is X here, this is Y here. So area is defined by, width times the length times Y. Okay? So that's the theory part. That's it. You know this, right? Now the question is different. Question is this. Width is X, length is square root of 6 plus 2 square root 2. area is given as 20. So you use the formula. Area is length times the width, which is x times square root of 6 plus 2 square root 2. So you put the bracket here. Why? Because the same procedure. You can see when two things are together, you put a bracket here. When you do questions again and again and again, by watching these things, you will be all right. So area would be 20. So x square root of 6 plus 2 square root of 2. Then life is easy. Now you need to find, there is a multiplication in between, right? So you need to find x. Isolate x. You divide the whole thing by same procedure, you see. Then these two will go. X is equal to 20 divided by square root of 6 plus 2 square root of 2. That's all. Any question? Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Did you at least attempt these things? Okay. Okay, any other questions, guys? No? Okay. So let's do this question together. I'm going to put this question here too. If A is equal to, can be any symbol. If you check the second question, it's a phi, but there is a symbol, square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2. Find A square. Everyone, can you attempt it? And please open your cameras. Guys, please open your cameras. Guys, can you hear me or not? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, can you open the videos, please? I need to see my kids. Okay, good. Some people are in the bedroom, some people are on the bed, some people are on the kitchen. Okay? But anyhow, so try this question. So if A is equal to square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2. So now once you see square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2, that means, I don't need to tell you to put a bracket. Bracket square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2. Please attempt it, okay? Don't just, conclude that, oh, this is hard, I can't do. That is not learning. Learning means learning. You learn what you don't know, right? So just attempt it. Attempt what you know. So this is how we do. Are you good? Are you attempting it? Yeah. Rachi boy, all good? Okay. Behan? Is it all good? I can't see your head shake. No. Okay. So you put a bracket here. Then a squared means what? A squared means, okay. A squared means a times a, right? So what is a? Square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2 times square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2. What's wrong with that? Is it hard? Now, if you are multiplying two things, I told you, you can blindly multiply. You don't have to worry about common denominators and stuff. Common denominators and stuff, when you are adding and subtracting only. When you are multiplying, just direct multiplication. 2 times 2, 2. 2 times 2, 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Then you multiply these together. It would be square root 5 plus 1. Square root 5 plus 1. So when you do that, firstly you do this. Square root 5 is 5. Here 4 is here, okay? Then you do this. Plus 1 square root 5. Then you do this. Plus square root 5. Then you do this. It's going to be 1. So answer would be 5 plus 2 square root 5 plus 1 divided by 4. Now this 5 and 1 you can add together. So it will be 6 plus 2 square root 5 divided by 4. Right? Not square root 5 plus square root 5 is nothing but 1 square root 5 plus 1 square root 5. I told you 1 donkey plus 1 donkey, 2 donkeys. So that's why it becomes this. Right? So now those things that I taught you, donkey thing, multiplication, common denominator, those things should be, should be elegant. Right? So okay. We will go into that rhythm day by day, yeah. But when I am doing the questions, you will see how quickly I can put the knowledge into the question and do, right. So that is part of the training, right. You train it, you get there. Okay, so that question is done. Okay. Next question. If a is equal to square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2, find 1 divided by a. Johnny, you good? Johnny, my boy,
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Okay. So if A is equal to this, 1 divided by A. 1 divided by A means 1 divided by, what is A now? A means this guy, right? So it would be square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2. Now you understand, I did a separate topic, fraction division or division of fractions. See how I'm relating what you know, division of fractions. Division of fractions, I'm brushing up your theory. P divided by Q, whole thing divided by A divided by B. I told you, you write P divided by Q, division converts to a multiplication. Then this is going to be B divided by A. You change this one to this. Right? So you can write this one as PB divided by QA. The same thing we do here. Same thing we do here. How come? This is how you get the question. You write 1 as 1 divided by 1. Then square root 5 plus 1 divided by 2. So very smart. You see the same structure. So that can be written as 1 divided by 1. Division converts to multiplication. 2 comes up. Square root 5 plus 1 comes down. So now 1 plus 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times this bracket would be the same bracket. That's the answer. You see how we use the things that we learned. Okay? Okie dokie. Right. Okay. Okay. Any questions here, guys? No. So if y is equal to x plus 1 divided by x, find y square. Quickly, guys. Quick. Akhil, all good?
Yeah.
Then you okay? Then boy, you okay? Okay. My friend Amy, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the answer? Neha, you okay? What is the answer, guys? Any small brain? Elara? Answer?
X squared plus 2 plus 1 over x squared.
Perfect answer. Correct. So y squared is y times y. So y would be x plus 1 divided by x times x plus 1 divided by x. So x times x squared. X times 1 divided by x is 1. X multiplied by 1 divided by x is 1. X is cancelled, right? Then 1 divided by x with x, again 1. Then 1 divided by x times 1 divided by x is 1 divided by x squared. So answer would be x squared plus 2 plus 1 divided by x squared. Okay. All good. Okay. Simplify. 2 divided by plus let me know if you are done. Okay. Let me take over. Now this is a plus, right? Plus means you have to consider common denominator. So that means you are multiplying this by the other term, which is square root 3 plus 2. Stop by the same thing, square root 3 plus 2. Here, square root 3 minus 2, square root 3 minus 2. Then you get, top you get 2 times square root 3 plus 2. Denominator would be, you can see the difference of square here. You can see here, difference of square. Difference of square means x squared minus y squared. So it's going to be 3 minus 4 plus 2 times square root 3 minus 2 divide by difference of square 3 minus 4. Okay. So common denominator and difference of square. Okay, difference of square is used here. Then you can further simplify. The denominator becomes minus 1 plus 2 square root 3 minus 2. Denominator becomes minus 1. Then denominators are equal. So you can really add, right? So 2 square root 3 plus 2 plus 2 square root 3 minus 2. Then denominator you have minus 1. So now what you do? Bracket simplification. You remember separate topic. 2 square root 3 plus 4. Here and here. It's going to be 2 square root 3 minus 4. Divided by minus 1. You can see here plus 4 goes with minus 4. Then 2 square root 3 plus 2 square root 3. 2 donkeys plus 2 donkeys, 4 donkeys. 4 square root 3. Divided by minus 1. Yeah. So everything is applying what I taught you here. Okay. Yeah, so that's all about that. You can try the rest of the stuff at home. So I gave you a small push. Now I will move into a different topic. It's not a topic, like sine cos tan, the extension of that. These functions are only for right angle triangle. Right angle triangle means one angle is 90 degrees. This is 90 degree over here. So the definition, sine A, here A means an angle. That would be opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite is x, hypotenuse is y. Cos A, adjacent divided by hypotenuse, 3 divided by y. Tan A, opposite divided by adjacent, x divided by z. Those things you should have in your blood. Okay? So I'm doing this for the second time. But however, we need to know certain values here, right? Those are sine 0, 0, sine 30, half, sine 90, 1. Those things we have to know, values. Again, cos 0, 1, cos 60, half, cos 90, 0. Then tan 0, 0, tan 45 is 1. Those things you should know, right? These things you have to know, you have to know, you have to know, you have to know. You have to remember. When I was a kid, when I was in your age, yeah, I really wanted to remember this. I did that. There is no shortcut, right? So it's just how it is. Why we need this is because of this reason. Question. If AB is equal to 1 and AC is equal to 2, find the angle. Okay, take over. Who got the answer? Who got the answer? Kedaro, you got the answer?
No.
Done? Let me know if you're done, please. Okay. No answers? No one? Amra?
I'm not finished.
Is it that hard? Look, the thinking is important. AB, if an angle is given, then you have to observe the opposite is given. Observe. If you see a snake, don't think this is a fish. Don't eat it. Understand that snake is a snake. If you see this angle A, the opposite is given, so understand that is opposite. And A is given, understand this 2 is hypotenuse. So its opposite and hypotenuse is given. There is an obvious relation. That is sine A. And then sine A is what? 1 divided by 2. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Right? So then you go to the table here given. I'd ask you to remember. Then sine which one gives you half? You look at this. Sine 30 is half. So there you can conclude this A is 30. So the angle is 30 degrees. What rocket science is that? Yeah. You have to tell me if you don't understand anything. Otherwise, like, how do I know, right? Go ahead. Yeah, all good now? Understood? Yeah, okay. Okay. I need the answer, okay? I don't need any muted spaces. At least talk something. Even if you don't understand or even if you don't get the answer, at least sing a song. Open the mic and sing a song, at least. Then I know you are alive. Otherwise, I think like your brain is dead right now. So let's do this, guys. Self-motivate yourself to do this. Because this is a huge investment you do in your life. That's why you are here, I'm here. And that's why your parents are spending. This is a huge investment.
I think I got the answer.
Okay, you got the answer. Okay, let the others to do. I need at least 2-3 answers.
I think I got the answer.
Oh, very good. Okay. Oh, tell me the answer. What is the answer? Amra boy, what is the answer?
I got 45 degrees.
Okay. What is the other answer?
I got 45 degrees as well.
Who was that? Neha?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Now, you can see opposite is given. Opposite to the angle. This is how you think. Adjacent to the angle is given. So, opposite divided by adjacent is tan, obviously. So, that means you say tan A is equal to opposite M divided by M, which is going to be 1. So, go to the table now. Tan 1 is what? Here. Tan 1 gives angle 45, right? So table gives you this. Tan 45 is 1. So when you get tan A1, I'm just copying what you get here. So obviously you will see that, okay, A should be 45. So that's what they get. And that's the right answer. Okay. And this question, let me say, this question is 2016 selective school, question number 30. Henderson. Now you understand what kind of questions this Victorian government asking from you, but I understand the school people are not going to teach any of these. That's sad, but we are here to learn these things. Okay. I think we are good until that point. Any questions so far? So you understand how to do those kind of questions now, right? Actually, question number 27. This is Henderson, 2016, question number 27. Okay. Now I need to discuss few questions. Arun, are you okay?
Yeah.
That was that question. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Solve Do this, everyone, quickly. Solve. 7m minus 2 divided by 5 is equal to 1. Answers? A 1 divided by 5, B 3 divided by 5, C 3 divided by 35, D 19 divided by 35. Give me the answer quick. If you get it, raise your hand and tell me the answer quick. I need to see your timing. I need to see how good you are.
I think I have the answer.
I can't hear you.
I think I have the answer.
Yeah, tell me.
A.
A's answer, okay.
Yes, same.
Okay, Tashi boy, Amra boy got A.
Same.
I also think it's A.
I got A too.
You got A too. Okay, very good. A is the answer. I'm not going to do that. So this is, again, 2016 selective school Anderson. You can see how easy these things are. You take the training, you will be good. Next one. Find the reciprocal. This is a word that we have to learn. Of 0.009. I'll tell you what is reciprocal. 100 divided by 9. B 1000 divided by 9. C 9 divided by 1000. D 9 divided by 100. Reciprocal means upside down.
Is it B?
Yeah, I got B too.
I got B.
B.
Everyone got B?
Yeah.
Yeah, B is the right answer. And that is again 2016 selective school. Next one. Which one is not equal to 81? A 9 squared. B 3 4. C 3 6 times 3 minus 3. D 3 2 2.
Is it C?
Oh man, these people are pretty fast. Huh? What? C?
Yeah.
Yep, C is the answer. Because you understand, this is going to be 3, 6 minus 3 is going to be 3, 3, right? So 3, 3 would be 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3, 9, 9 times 3, 27. So that's not that. Okay. Again, this is a question in the test. Okay, so this is again a test question. This is another test question. What is the y-intercept of the graph y is equal to 7x plus 11? A 7, B 11 divided by 7, C 11, D 2 divided by 3.
Is the answer C?
C.
Say again.
C.
C.
Answer is C. Again, this is the exam question. So this is called y-intercept. This is called the slope. Okay, so you can see how easy these questions are. But when I am training you, yes, the training is hard. Okay, next question. Solve 17 minus 3, 17 minus 5, 17 2. Answer A, 0. Answer B, 1. Answer C, 17. Answer D, 17 to the power 4.
Is
Is it
Is it A?
Is it C?
Yeah? What is answer?
C.
C?
B?
C.
C?
Got B.
B. B is the answer. This is another exam question. This is another exam question I'm giving you. 4x minus 2. Do it quickly, everyone. Minus x minus 4 divided by 6 is equal to 13 divided by 6. Find x. Answer A, 3. Answer B, 57 divided by 29. Answer C, 2. Answer D, 97 divided by 19. Quick.
the answer B?
Answer?
B.
Okay. Oh, let's see. I don't know yet. Any other? Confirm the answer?
is it A?
Yeah, I got.
Got
Yeah.
A.
3 people gave me A.
Yeah, I think it's A as well.
A. Okay, let's do it.
Oh, okay.
I can see now, two fractions, multiplication, two fractions, not multiplication, addition, subtraction. Definitely you have to go for the common denominator. So you multiply this by 6, multiply this by 6, 5, right? So this is how you do it quickly. So then you do 24x minus 12 minus 5x plus 20 divide by 30. No hanky-panky, it's just straightforward. 13 divided by 6. Bracket simplification, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Those things should be in the blood now. So when you do that, you get 19x plus 8 divided by 30. 13 divided by 6. So now you cross multiply by 30, cross multiply by 30, 30 gone. It's 5 here. So it's going to be 65. So 19x plus 8 is 65. So 19x is going to be 57. So x is going to be 57 divided by 19. The answer is B. Huh? There is no answer. Let me see the voice answer. What is that question? Uh, 2412 minus 5 plus that, yes, 30, it's 19, it's 8, multiply by 36, 65, minus 8, 57, 19, yeah, it should be this. Did I do any wrong? 24, 12, minus 5, 20 plus 8, 57.
Sir.
Yeah.
Roshan is talking in the chat. I don't think his mic's working.
Okay, what Roshan is saying? Mr. Roshan, what you are saying? Can somebody please tell me it read chat? I'm saying, okay, yeah. What? 57? Ah. Thank you, Roshan, buddy. 57 divided by 19, if you simplify that, 3. I didn't see that. A is answer, yes. So I was looking at 57 divided by 19. It's not there, so it's 3. Yeah, 3 is answer. Okay. Then, today I need to teach you number line. You know this, but we'll understand. Number line. If you have x greater than or equal 5, x greater than 5, how you do that? This is your number line, right? So this is x axis, right? 5 is here. Suppose 5 is here. If it is greater than or equal, you put the circle and you sort of shade it, and then you do that and you mark this arrow. Why? Because it goes to infinity. If you don't have the equal sign, you just put the circle here and then do that. That's how you do. Now, for example, if you have x less than 10, greater than 5, if you have something like that, 5 is here, 10 is here, x is here. So you don't have, you have to see whether you have equal signs, no equal signs. So then just circles here. Less than 10, greater than 5 means would be this, in between these two. So you circle it like that. Okay. So the same thing, x less than or equal 10, greater than or equal 5. If you have that, if you have that, so 5 and 10 you mark. Then equal means solid balls, then you do that. Then the next one, x is less than or equal 10, greater than 5. Then you have 5 here, you have 10 here. So circle here, solid ball on 10. Why? Because of the equal sign. Then you shade that here. So these are number line things. Even you have learned these things when you are in grade 2, 3. Okay. Okay, now okay. So this is the question. Read the question carefully. 2 number lines are given to you. So you need to find the part they share. That means the part which is common to both red lines. Okay, answer. Dehan, what is the answer?
Me.
C?
No, B.
B. Yeah, B is the answer. So you have to understand here, you need to find the common thing, right? So if you sort of extend this like this, you understand this and that would be the common part, right? So in this part, you can see this is solid, this is just circle. So that should replicate over here like this. So then only it will be common to both. So that would be B. Okay, next question. Consider the following. Which angle is greater? That means I'm asking whether A is greater than B or B is greater than A. This is what I'm asking.
I don't know whether this is correct, but I think it's A is greater than B.
A is greater than B. Okay, so why you are telling me that? What is your logic?
So I tried to do the tan, sin, and cos thing,
All right, very good. Yeah, very good. Okay, go ahead.
and the first one is 4/3,
Okay,
and the second one for B is 2/3.
okay.
So then, yeah, 4/3 is greater than 2/3.
Very good. That's it. Common sense. So here, tan A, 4/3. Tan B, 2/3. So definitely 4/3 is greater than 2/3. So that means A should be greater than B.
Sir.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Again, exam question. Okay, go for it.
Is the answer D?
Answer is
D.
D. Okay, let's see. Who can confirm that? Confirm that answer or a different answer. Any other answers, guys? Guys, what is the answer?
I think everyone's writing it in the chat.
Oh, that is chat. No. D. Everyone is saying D. Who's saying A? Oh, no, D. D is the answer. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to move this x to the other side. So it's going to be, and this 50 to the other side. So it's going to be 98 square root minus 50 square root is equal to x. Now 98 is 49 times 2 square root. 50 is 25 times 2 square root x. So this can be written as 49 square root 2 square root minus 25 square root 2 square root is equal to x. So 49 square root of 7 square root 2 minus 5 square root 2 is equal to x. So answer is 2 square root 2, which is D's answer. And this is another exam question. Okay, remind me whether we did inequalities in the class. No. Okay. No inequalities. Okay, inequality is like this. Look. There are two cases you have to really understand. So I'm going to simplify this knowledge and give it to you. Just eat the tablet. Case 1. If you have 2x greater than 1, find x. Case 2. Minus 2x greater than 1, find x. Two situations. Okay. So now if you want to find x in the case number 1, you divide this by 2, you divide this by 2, 2 to 1. X is greater than half. It's very simple, like you do in an equation. But when it comes to here, minus 2x greater than 1, you divide by minus 2. You divide by minus 2. So minus 2 go. So x is minus half, right? But at the moment you multiply or divide by minus, you flip the sign. When you multiply or divide by a minus sign, then so I would say minus value, okay? Minus value. Then the sign flips, right? So for example, minus 3x less than 1. What do you do? You divide by minus 3. So see, x is divided by a minus sign, minus value, minus 3. So then these two gone x. So when you are doing it, you flip the sign. But here, if you get 3x less than 1, you are dividing by 3, not by a minus sign. So you keep the sign, no flipping. Okay, guys? Example, minus 2x, 1 minus 2x greater than 5, find x. Quick. Okay. Okay, so this is now 1 minus 2x greater than 5. So what we will do minus 1 to get rid of these two. So it's going to be minus 2x greater than 4. Then I told you, if you are dividing or multiplying by a minus sign, see, you are dividing by a minus 2. If you are doing that, x, you flip the sign, minus 2 is answer. If you are dividing and multiplying by a minus, only you do that. Oh, good. So we did quite a lot today. Okay. So if you see what we did today, man, we did quite a lot. So this is where we started, right? So from homework. And I know most of you didn't complete the homework I gave you. So please complete those homework. Otherwise, no point of giving me revision and again, right? So those questions are very good. So do these questions again. And then area of a triangle, we discussed. Area of a rectangle, we discussed. We did a couple of questions. And then, these kind of questions, third questions we did, right? See, these kind of questions we did. Again, third question, simplification questions. Then we brushed up sine, cosine functions again, right? And then I gave you a sine, cosine table. You had to remember those. And then I gave you a few questions on that, right? And then we discussed about few questions from the past papers. So later on, we are doing papers every time, right? So every day we are doing papers. So, and I'm going to extend the class time as well in a couple of weeks, couple of months time. So 2 hour will be 3 hour. Okay, I'll tell you like how that works, because I need you to do a paper in front of me in the institute, and then we will grade and we will discuss, right? So I have done all the arrangements there, because I need everybody to pass this exam, and I want everybody to be the brightest student in the school. Okay. So, and we discuss questions here. So I hope you go through these questions and then understand what you understood, what you don't understand, right? Good for revision. Number line concept we discussed, and then few questions, and then sine, tan, like which angle is greater, and then again a third equation type question, and then we discuss now the inequality, right? There are only 2 cases. You go anywhere, you do VCE, you get only 2 cases. Believe me. Okay, so you learn this, right? But when you go to year 8, 9, 10, 11, the things are little, the content is different, but the fundamental would be fundamental. Okay, so I taught you the theory. If x is multiplied or divided by a minus sign, then you flip the sign. Okay, so that's all I have to teach you today. Okay, and I'm going to send this to your Google Classroom so that you can access it. Okay, any questions? So please do your homework, okay, and attempt it, then tell me, then only you will learn. Okay. Okay, any questions? Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, so we'll call for the day, and I'm going to send this to your class.
Thank you, sir.
All good. So work hard, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
See you.
Are you recording?